Welcome to Better.Do Better, presented by RX Physical Therapy, where we talk to local healthcare and fitness professionals about all things injury, recovery, health, fitness, and training. How did you get to where you are? What's the history of Empyrea? What's the history of Carl? Did you have clients today?
Yes. I had a morning session.
Classes, I guess.
Yeah. I had a morning session today and a nutrition coaching session after. Very successful nutrition coaching. This person has been training with me for 7 months and is going through some rough times in her personal life, but she's believing in the program and just knowing that going to the gym is just going to help get her mind off of things. So she's been working out with me for 7 months, and today she had in a month's time had lost 3.5 pounds of body fat and gained over, I think, 1.5 pounds of muscle, which is a very significant change in only a month's time. It's very rare that I see someone make big changes like that. And she believes because she increased her physical activity, and she has increased her physical activity. And then the other thing that she was doing really well was, I think she just said that she's just not even thinking about all those bad foods that she wants to eat. She just focuses on just eating foods that make her feel good rather than foods that she feels like she should eat. You know?
Yeah, it's pretty great that you can get someone to kind of focus on eating foods that make them feel good instead of staying away from certain types of foods or kind of demonizing certain kinds of foods. Being that Empyrea is a group training setting, how did you get to a point where you were also doing some nutrition coaching with people? How did that become a part of
it?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, you work out for so long and you realize that you're getting stronger and you may be getting faster, probably lasting longer, but every time you look at the mirror, looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, it just gets really discouraging. And then you realize the only thing that you haven't really changed is your diet. And then you find out that this is probably, after a while, you just begin to just feel I think it's probably something with the food. And then you realize that most of the success when it comes to fitness, most of it really comes from what you put in your mouth. And the moment that you understand the science that goes behind that, changes everything. Now you get the look now, you know what I mean? It's now you can, wear clothes that you probably haven't worn in such a long time, or maybe just the way that clothes fit on you is just different, or what you see in the mirror, you see things that you've never seen before, different muscles that you've never seen, you feel them, but you never were able to see them, now you see them, and it's motivating, but it's also hard work because the diet part is probably the hardest part as well. Mm-hmm. So that's how it became that's how it came to be, is because I realized that getting health and fitness and getting to look and feel the best you ever have not only requires the physical aspect of it, but the diet aspect has to be part of it, or else I'm only selling them half of what it could be.
When did you start doing nutrition coaching, nutrition counseling with your clients?
So it started off by just reading a bunch of different nutrition stuff. I think the first nutrition book that I've ever read was The Abs Diet by David Zinchenko, who was the editor-in-chief of Men's Health magazine. And basically what I read from that was just hey, eat frequently throughout the day rather than spacing your meals really far apart and just having big, gigantic meals. I think I read that in high school. Started doing that because I wanted to look better in high school. And then once I started doing that, I started getting a good understanding of how food is fuel and how it helps speed up my metabolism naturally if I just keep consuming these kinds of foods. And that was the first time that I started reading about nutrition. So any training that I did after then, anyone that would ever ask me nutritional advice, it would just be very basic, kind of based off of that book, kind of eat frequently throughout the day, snack in between your main meals, something like that. But then when I first initially started the business, I started it with a partner, and this partner was very good with the nutrition side, and he was the one that actually wanted to get Precision Nutrition Level 1 certified. So he was certified, eventually got it, and once we started incorporating into the program, realized like that coaching process had to stay, because combining that coaching process with the workouts that I was doing, it really made the ultimate package. It created sustainability in people's results, and it also increased the value of what I was trying to sell.
How long's Empyrea Group training been around?
2015. So I think we've been going strong for about 7 years now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool.
So what is Empyrea then, if you had to like sum it up?
What is Empyrea? With Empyrea, how I came up with this name, and people kind of like don't understand like what the name is. When I was trying to come up with the business name, I think of Empyrea as when you have your mind, body, and spirit aligned together, you can reach new heights that you've never reached before. You just feel and look amazing every single day, and there's a confidence that just radiates through your skin, and you're just thriving in life, you know? So when I was typing up synonyms of like, I was thinking of like the highest it could be, or highest level, or absolute top. The word Empyrean came up, and Empyrea with an N. And basically, Empyrean means the highest level of heaven. So what I did was I knocked out the N, kept the word Empyrea, and I made almost like a superficial, not a superficial, like a superhero kind of like character, where this character wears this golden E on his chest. And basically, the Empyrea is like this superhero that uses his health and his fitness to accomplish any task that gets placed in front of him. But most notably, he has infinite amounts of willpower and will never quit or back down from any challenge, no matter the difficulty. And I have that memorized down to a T, and I actually haven't said that in a long while. But when I created the logo, when I created the superhero, I felt like almost like a Stan Lee. I almost felt like a comic book creator, where I was like, if I wanted to give Empyrea superhero-like abilities, like what would he stand for? And it's that. It's almost like hope, you know, and the Superman emblem actually stands for hope. And I feel like the Empyrea logo, when it's stamped on my chest, feels the same thing. And that's what I'm really trying to help other people realize, that if you have a lot of like weight gain, body fat, and you feel like you're lost, Empyrea is really just hope that like, hey, if you do this and you follow this and you're part of this, you will get it someday, slowly but surely. But as long as you choose this path and you stay down this path and you never look back, you just like keep moving forward.
So how do you kind of like bring those values to new people who are joining the group, or how do you instill those values into the group, into the community, and things like that?
Absolutely. So what that kind of creates is this mindset of sustainable health and fitness is a marathon, not a sprint. Getting these people to understand that sustainable health and fitness is not going to happen overnight. And if I were to be brutally honest, it will probably take the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a whole journey. It's not a destination.
And if I don't tell that to them straight up from the front, I'm going to be doing them a disservice, because they're going to say, hey Carl, when am I going to get this? I thought I was supposed to have it now. Or hey Carl, when is this coming? People are going to want too much rather than accept the fate that they're in, which is like, hey, this is going to take a long time, but depending on how hard you're going to work, you're just going to attract everything that you want at any rate that you're moving forward at. It's going to match exactly, which is the law of attraction.
That's
you know
true.
What I mean? That's it. It's like the more things that you want, what force are you producing out there into the universe to just attract it to you? You know what I mean? So that's what Empyrea feels like to me. It feels like hope in a very dark place. When people are in a very dark place, I want Empyrea to be the light. Let them say that, hey, you know what? I can do this. I can get myself back. People get lost. That dark place is a very scary place.
It's lonely.
It's a lonely, very scary, fearful place, and sometimes people give up on themselves, and I'm here to say, don't. You know? I'll show you how to get out of there and stay towards the light.
Were you in that dark place yourself? Like, how did
yeah.
you get into training your own body? How'd you get into, coaching for group fitness, things like that?
I feel like maybe it's just from all the video exposure that I see, but I feel like if every guy is really super serious about the gym, he's probably started off from some sort of breakup or some sort of heartbreak, and that's how we get over some shit. But it doesn't even have to be a heartbreak. It could be just like a downfall in your life. Something could have happened to you, but all you're left is with this negative atmosphere around you, and you got to do something to kind of just turn that energy into yourself so that in return you get positive energy. And that's what the gym was. I went through a like some sort of relationship kind of like heartbreak kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Took my butt to the gym, even though I was already going. I think it was that turning point that I was like, oh my God, you have all this like different emotions that you're experiencing. You're experiencing doubt, anger, rage. You can't contain those kinds of emotions. You'll just implode.
Mm-hmm.
You'll just be super depressed. So I knew that I had to really like find a way to be an outlet for all these emotions to go out. And that was the gym for me. Every single day I took those emotions and I turned it into energy. And I used that energy into my body, and in return I got fitter. Not only physically, it happened physically first, and all of a sudden it was mentally, kept going even more, now spiritually. That's what Empyrea is. Mind, body, spirit aligned as one. The moment I felt finally that spirit part, I was like, this is who I am as a person, and I feel like I can help people get through that path as well. The physical part, then the next step is the mental part, and then the last step is the spiritual part. And I feel like through my journey, I feel like everyone can have the same thing, because I'm no different than any other person in the world. I'm no better or worse. I'm just the same as you, and you are the same as me. We're all human beings. And I feel like if we all have a heart, and we all have a spirit, and we all have a brain, and we all have a body, it can be accomplished.
How can you tell, like, when some of the members of Empyrea are going through those different types of transitions? Can you like see a change in their attitude or how they carry themselves, their confidence, or anything like that like, okay, they're like making a change on their journey, and they're kind of like walking this path?
Absolutely. So they say that most 70% of all communication is body language. And that's so true. You can really see how someone is feeling just by the way that they're holding themselves. But anyways, when you get to talking to someone, not only do you see it in their body language, but when you begin to ask the right questions and you begin to peel back the layers and understand what's really worrying them and what's really scaring them, that's when I can really understand like how much work that we're going to need, because everyone's got trauma, but no one really had the outlet to let it all out. Some people have trauma and they keep it for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. I really have to find out, like, how long have you really been struggling with, how long have you been struggling with this for? And throughout the time, all I'm doing is just trying to help guide them, saying, whatever you're going through, how about we do this? Instead of making yourself number 55 on your priority list, we're going to change the game and make you number 1. Let's see what happens. All of a sudden, I'm telling them, prioritize yourself. Make the time for yourself to exercise, because life has always been taking it away from you, and it's not fair. And here you are, however age you are, how old you are at the time. Like, you got to try to, like, get yourself back now, because if you haven't gotten it yet, you're not going to get it tomorrow. So you have to just really understand that, hey, if you want to make a big change, you have to make big changes. Only changes make changes. If you do the same things, it will only just create the same outcomes. So when I'm telling people to like change things up and prioritize themselves, then we start to see like, are they willing to step out of their comfort zone? And I watch this as a trainer. I can tell a lot about someone's character just by the way that they perform in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I can see if they struggle with fear. I can see if they doubt themselves. I can see if they don't believe in themselves. But then I give them time, and then all of a sudden, over time, you start to see things like confidence start to come up. They feel stronger about themselves. They're more willing to try new things. They're less resistant to change, and also less resistant to feedback. They're also able to listen carefully and understand feedback and being able to course correct at any given time. When these clients are becoming easier to train in a sense, it's almost like I know that they are having an easier time taming their mind at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. That's what Empyrea really is. It's like a place where I can see, because they may know, they may not know, but I'm trying to change themselves as a person in the gym. It's like a place where you can kind of sort shit out on your own with your own two hands. It's like not looking for the quick fix. It's like, no, you are going to fix your own problems your damn self. You take your two hands and your 2 feet, you come here to the gym and you pick up that weight and show me what you got. And it's crazy when you begin to believe in yourself and do it with your own two hands. It's very different than something that is an overnight fix, something that you had to work hard for, something that took time. These are the things that make lasting changes, and that's what I'm trying to help people do.
It's like the Iron Chapel, the gym is church.
My God, it is my church, and it's my savior. It saved me many times in my life that I can honestly say. And anytime that I have a bad day, it could be a very small bad day, it could be a catastrophic day, the gym is the place where I sort this shit out.
Yeah.
Because I know that on the other side of that amazing workout, I'm going to forget what I was worrying about. And it's the same consistent medicine every time.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one time it didn't fool me. Every single time I left the gym, I always feel this sense of relief. That's what it is, relief. Showing people that there is something out there that can give you instant relief. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but it's going to be hard for a reason, because you're changing from it.
So it sounds like you're talking to a very specific type of person, or a very specific person in general.
Sure.
Who would you find working out at Empyrea, or who do you really like to work with?
Sure. I mean, I love people. I'm not going to say that there's a specific type of person that I love working out with. I love people, and I love talking to people. I love just hanging out with people and sharing energy. But the people that work best with me are, I feel like, people that want to make a big change in their life, not only physically, but maybe also too mentally. Mm-hmm. The people that know the dark place that I was talking about earlier. I feel like those peeps are the ones that I want to help the most. Remember, Empyrea is the light. I want the people that are in the dark. I don't want the people that have found the light. I'm happy for the people that found the light, but also too, I feel like the people that gravitate me the most are the ones that are struggling, that it's already gone past the point of physical. Now it's creeping into their mental. Mm-hmm. Now it's creeping into their spirit. And all of a sudden they don't know who they are, and then they want to find a way of how they can get it back. Maybe they have a sense that maybe exercising and eating better is going to be good for them, because maybe they've heard it all over the place. But when they reach out to me, they want to know, is this really the path? And then I tell them, yes, this is the path. We exercise, we prioritize your health and your fitness. We get you eating right, so making sure that you feel good from eating the foods that you're eating. And then throughout time, you're just going to begin to respect yourself. But the people that I work with the most, I mean, if I were to just really put a absolute specific, females 25 to 35. Reason why? Females are more likely to have a trainer because they have less ego. If guys, I've trained plenty of guys, and there's nothing wrong with training guys, but guys got an ego. Guys have the ego of, I can do this by myself. I can do this on my own. And I really don't want to be on my hands and knees begging for someone to work with. I just feel like females are just more willing to say, can you help me? I need help, because for me to try to figure this out, I'm just going to be a lost puppy. And these are the people that come to me, are the people that go to the gym. They look around, they wish they could do the machines, but they are so anxious that people are going to look at them. They're anxious that they don't know how to do it right. Someone's going to make fun of them. Or they want to do it, but they don't know how to do it correctly, and they were so fearful that they're going to hurt themselves. So this is what they do. They resort to the treadmill again, which they'll do the treadmill, boring, and then they go home. But when they go home, they don't feel satisfied. They're like, yeah, I moved, but did I really work out and call that an exercise session? I don't think so.
Did I get stronger today?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm pretty sure when you have like a half-assed workout, I'm sure that you have this feeling when you leave the gym, like, I feel like I still have more. I feel like I have more to give. And it sucks when you don't know how to get to that level, to get so far out that comfort zone that you're like, whoa, like I'm out here in the wild by myself, like out the comfort zone, and I'm doing it safely. Like, these are the people that I'm trying to help. I'm trying to get them to come to Empyrea and saying, hey, I'm going to get you out the comfort zone. We're going to go into the further, but we're going to do this together so that you come back safely. So that now when they have this trainer or when they have this coach that's there looking at them who has the knowledge and the experience, they're able to venture out the comfort zone safely, and then they can get used to that feeling of doing something that is different, difficult, definitely changing, and also too it's fun for them to just get out there and just do the best that they possibly can.
Yeah, you're kind of like a shepherd.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of like what it is. Like, I visualize myself that there's this group of people, and I don't even like to be the leader. I don't even see myself as the top. I see myself as more of like team captain. I'm part of the group, but I'm just the one that leads the group, but I'm not the boss.
Right.
You know, if you want to be part of the team, good, great. If you want to leave the team, that's good too. It doesn't matter, because when you guys are here, you guys are going to be led by me, and we're all going to try to just have the same way of belief when it comes to prioritizing your health and your fitness. It's really not something that outrageous to believe in. And if you don't resonate with that, then that's okay. But everyone that's been here with me understands that this is a marathon, not a sprint, and they're willing to go the ride.
It's got to be pretty cool when you see new people come in and you see them interact with like your veteran clients, and they kind of take on some of that role as the shepherd as well. That's got to be a neat thing for you to see.
Very neat thing, and it didn't happen overnight. So for peeps out there that are trying to build their tribe, it takes time. You have to be the captain for a very long time. And as a captain, you have to understand what roles that you have to play in order for the tribe to operate efficiently. That now when you start to see the operations and your clients start to see the operations and they know what it takes for it to run smooth, I can pass off responsibilities to other people. But honestly, it's not like I'm even passing off responsibilities. They're just mimicking my leadership. That's it. So when I ask someone like, hey, this is, Ashley's first time here at Empyrea. Hey, Soko, you've been working out with me for 4 years. What are some things that keep you coming into the gym? And then when the whole group sees that, they see, oh my gosh, Carl asked someone like that's been here for a while to ask them how their experience is. Then I have planted the seed that maybe one day I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves and their story to someone that is brand new. So just by doing these little things and letting them see, in the future it can be almost like familiar for other people too, to know that they may be coming for them too.
So a lot of times when I talk to different trainers or coaches or other people in fitness, they talk a lot about the technical aspects or like the tools that they use or the different type of training methods that they'll follow when they're programming. And so far today we've been talking a lot about mindset and how people feel and community and things like that, which I think is a pretty unique or different type of approach or thought process following. But what would you say is like the most unique thing about Empyrea, the most unique thing about Carl, or how you really approach group training, group fitness, your nutrition counseling, and Empyrea as a whole?
Absolutely. So I feel like what makes Empyrea really different is that Empyrea is not a gym. Empyrea is me as your coach. To be honest, Empyrea is me. And when I'm coaching you, what makes it different is that I'm understanding you as a whole person. I'm understanding you as one unique individual that needs help, and I'll do whatever I possibly can with my knowledge and my experience to help you. And that's what makes it very different from Gold's Gym, 24-hour fitness. What's that other fitness place? The one that's like 30-minute fitness or something like that.
I don't know, yeah.
It's the nutrition coaching aspect of it, because when I understand what it's like to walk a mile in somebody's shoes, I can truly change someone's life. If a trainer, a fitness coach, doesn't take the time to understand where they are coming from or what's it like to live a day in their life, they're never really going to help truly change them. Mm-hmm. And from the beginning, the way that I've been saying all of this, Empyrea is looking for true changes in people. And in order for really to make a true change, I have to understand and make sure that someone is three things: that they're ready, willing, and able. When they're ready, willing, and able, you can have all the changes that you want in this world. And that's what makes Empyrea a little bit different. Is a little bit more about the discovery process of like, what am I really working with? But also to showing them the path. Showing them that, say, hey, do you see this path? It's very long. I don't think you can see the finish line for a very long time. But are you willing to make this big change? And are you able to? And are you ready? And it's only when they feel those three things and they begin to venture that path, then I help guide them, almost like a GPS, just to making sure that they're going in the right direction. But the only direction that they can't go is the other way. Mm-hmm. They can't go backwards. They can stay still. You can sit there for a whole year, I don't care. But there's going to be one day where you're going to want to get up and keep moving forward. And I'm just the GPS throughout the whole time. When I talk to these people, I always remind them constantly, you are the boss, not me. Not me. I'm just the GPS, but you're the driver. Mm-hmm. You have the control of the gas pedal and the brake. You can stop any time that you want. I'm just the GPS to make sure that you're going in the right way, and if you ever make a wrong turn, how to get you back. But other than that, once you choose the path, that's it. And I'm going to be with you throughout the whole entire time. That's what makes Empyrea different. It's personal. Mm-hmm. More personal. It's personal, it's warm, it's welcoming, and it's accepting. Bam.
Those are some pretty impressive things when you're talking about a gym. You
Exactly. You don't hear that.
Yeah.
I work out personally at Gold's Gym. I don't get anything that there. If anything, I get ice. I get ice cold vibes in there, which is fine. I love sometimes feeling ice because you can really put in the work. But in terms of people that need help, the people that resonate with me the most are the people that need to be accepted. They need to feel welcomed. Mm-hmm. They need to feel warm. Mm-hmm. And they need to feel that they can be guided and they can make a change. And I'm here to tell them that, hey, you can.
I love that. I have to imagine that when the right person walks into Empyrea and they feel that, there's just got to be such a feeling of relief that kind of like washes over them.
I understand.
And I bet you see it on their face sometimes.
I do. It's funny when I do see a sense of relief, but also too, it's like if I were to describe the face, it's a face of, well, I'm here. I did it. It's kind of like I did it. It's kind of like they made it, but they know that something is going to happen, but they don't know what that is. It's like they feel the energy and the presence in the room that, whoa, in this room, all I feel is change. It's like that.
Yeah.
So it's like when you walk in and you're fresh, you just feel this like, whoa, I'm here. Uh-oh, something's going to happen, but I feel like something magnetized me to come here.
It's like this is the place that I've been looking for.
Exactly, and I want it to be that place. The light.
The light.
The light, because they were in the dark too long. Trying to show them the light.
That's it, man. Guide them, shepherd, GPS, get them where they're going.
Oh, yeah,
one thing I always like to ask people to kind of wrap up the podcast is, what's something that you wish people knew about health, fitness, the industry, or from your experiences?
Absolutely. And I want to say what Empyrea stands for, and that's hope. That's why I want everyone to understand that there's hope out there, that there's actually good quality training, and there's someone that actually really cares about your change. That there's someone out there that has knowledge and experience and will be there with you the entire time. Someone that will take the time to understand where you are coming from. There's someone that will be there and help you throughout the entire time. It's a shoulder to lean on. It's a light to follow. It's a guide. It's a guide to follow as well. You know, and that's what I want Empyrea to be. Look, America is in an obesity epidemic, and it's like the worst that it's ever been, and the trend is only getting worse. And that's what, honestly, I wanted Empyrea to solve, was kind of that problem. And we can't do it with a quick fix. Our country is so addicted to the quick fix. But I'm here to kind of display and show a very hard message. A hard message that, hey, your health and your fitness, I'm sorry, ma'am, sir, you cannot Amazon Prime delivery that. This is going to take a long time. But I will say, I'm going to support you the entire time. So that's why I want to tell everyone, is that there's hope out there. There's someone that cares. There's someone that cares a lot about you. There's someone that cares a lot about your health and your fitness. And there's someone that's going to help you the entire time. Maybe Empyrea just started only 7 years ago, but I really feel that Empyrea is going to be super impactful in the next 2 decades. Because we're going to need something like this in the future if this trend continues regardless. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to find out that there is no quick fix to this. And all of a sudden, the person to your left is over 200 pounds. The person to your right is over 200 pounds. Seeing someone with healthy body fat almost becomes a rare body type. Mm-hmm. It's like heading towards that way. But if I start Empyrea now, hopefully with my knowledge and experience, I can start helping people like look at health and fitness from this perspective, the sustainable perspective, the hard perspective, hard work and consistency and things that take a long time. And like, I'm helping mommies and dads, and then I always tell them that, look, like eating habits start at home. So now when the way that they're eating, now their children are watching the way that they're eating. Now they're, and this is how change is going to happen for the future, is that we need to just educate as many people as we possibly can, so that when they start doing these actions, other people can look. And when people are looking, then we can finally create a chain reaction that eventually everyone will start exercising more, everybody will start eating healthier. It's hard. Our country is very hard to be fit. It's very hard to be healthy and fit. There's a lot of good food, and I want to say this, I'm a foodie before a trainer, everyone. It's hard. It's a hard life out here.
It sure
but, we just have to understand there must be a balance, like Mr. Miyagi said. There must be a balance.
Well, Carl, I know for a fact that you've had a huge impact on a lot of people at this point.
Thank you.
For anybody who is listening right now, feels like they resonate with what you have to say, what Empyrea is all about, where can people find you? How can people contact you if they're interested in learning more about Empyrea?
Sounds good. Empyrea is located in Cedar Grove, New Jersey, and that's in Essex County. And my website is www.trainempyrean.com. So that's train, Train, and then Empyrean, kind of like the original word of how I came up with the actual business name. So that's EMPYREAN.com. And basically, when you access the website, you can just dance around the whole thing. I tell everyone, the workout schedule is there. What exactly do I do at Empyrea? What you're going to be getting. And if you guys are ever interested, you could always just sign up for a free transformation session on the website, and then I reach out to you, and then we start the path there when we meet for the first time.
Awesome. Carl, thank you so much for coming on today.
No problem, man.
I think you dropped a few awesome knowledge bombs that people are going to be very interested to hear.
Absolutely. I love sharing it.
Hope to have you on again soon, and thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.